Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be giving you guys my outlook on the Washington football team's running back room this season, who I think makes the roster, and how I think this group stacks up against the rest of the groups in the NFL. And we'll also touch on Antonio Gibson's injury and how he's progressing from that. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Also guys, comment down below which position group you guys want me to do next. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you look at, our roster, we have, a few running backs on the team right now. Peyton Barber, Antonio Gibson, J.D. Mckissick were all on the roster last season. We also have Lamar Miller, who was, on the practice squad and the active roster. Last year we added Jaret Patterson. We have Mike Warren, Jonathan Williams, and that's it for now. So we have a bunch of different players that are running backs right now, but only a few that, are really locks to make the team. Really only two in Antonio Gibson and J.D. Mckissick. The rest are battling it out for that third and possibly fourth spot, but we'll talk about who I think will make it a little bit later on. But I think this is a solid running back group. Antonio Gibson had a great year last year. And I think he's going to take another big jump. I talked about that in another video. You look at his stats this past season, had over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, and he was totally new to the position. And I think this year he's going to be better as a runner, obviously, but also a better pass catcher as well. I think they're going to, involve him a little bit more. Receiving yards go up to like 400 plus, and those rushing yards get up to 1,000 plus, and I think it will as long as he stays healthy. And that is something that I am somewhat concerned with, is his toe injury that forced him, and I'll read it right here. So Antonio Gibson said the toe injury that forced him to miss 2 games late last year has lingered through the start of this offseason. He said he's been rehabbing and he's been able to make cuts he needs to, but it's something they'll have to monitor moving forward. And I know he said he's making cuts and he's, looking fine, but I mean, it's June 6th today, and, that's 6 months out pretty much from the injury, and he's still feeling, some side effects, and he's not 100%. To me, that's concerning. I'm not saying he's not going to be 100% to start the season, and he might still be like 95, 97, 99%, but these things linger, and you don't want something like that to be, still around to, at the start of the season, because that could really hinder him and maybe even force him to have, a season-ending surgery. That's what happened with Patrick Mahomes. Not that, he had to miss any time, but after this, the Super Bowl, he had his, turf toe surgery, and, he's close to 100% right now. Still not 100%. These things linger, and I hope he is back to 100% by the time, training camp starts or the preseason. So what I would say is I hope they ease him into this, and that is a little bit, encouraging that they are, playing him a lot, and it doesn't seem like he's limited so far in OTA, so probably means he's, close to fully healthy, but something to monitor. And if you guys want to see me talk about this more in another video, let me know. But I think Gibson is going to have a great year this year as long as he stays healthy. Next guy, J.D. Mckissick, he's making the roster, of course. This past season, was solid in the run game. 365 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, and a touchdown. Wasn't amazing in the run game, but was solid. Got the, when Gibson was our number one back, before Gibson got hurt, Mckissick would, get a few carries a game and was really solid. And I really like that role for him. 5 to 7, 8 carries a game is really good for him, in my opinion. And obviously involve him in the passing game. I mean, he had 80 catches for 589 yards last season and 2 touchdowns. I like that, but I would like to see some of those catches go to Gibson, because I really like what Gibson does after the catch. So if we can get, 20 of those catches to Gibson this year, I would love that. And I think Mckissick is going to pretty much the same role as he had last year, but it's going to be the second year in this system, so he might be a little bit better, and he's going to be our third down back and occasionally, get a couple first and second down runs, and he had a couple big runs this past season, and really, really helped us out. Can't wait to see what he do, but I think he's definitely making the roster. And the next guys, these guys are going to be battling it out for that third spot, maybe fourth spot if they keep 4. I do believe they kept 4 to start the season in Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, Peyton Barber, and Bryce Love. But, after Bryce Love went down, I think they just still kept 3 running backs. So they could definitely keep 3 or keep 4 if the Antonio Gibson thing is a concern for them heading into the season. Then I do think they will keep 4. So Peyton Barber, I was really piling on him early on in the season. I just thought he was getting too many carries early on when I thought, I'd rather give those carries to Gibson or J.D. McKissick. I'm fine with Peyton Barber getting, a carry on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 2nd and 3, but, he was getting too many 1st and 10 carries for my liking. But in a lot of these games, he came up clutch, in those 2nd and 2, 3rd and 1 situations where he would get us the first down. And, he did that as well when Gibson was out. But the one thing I will say is that I think, his role is kind of like a goal line back. And, if you need 1 or 2 yards, he's your guy. And, that's great. But I really think Gibson has that same skill set where he can get you 1 or 2 yards if you need to on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. He was a machine in the red zone last year, getting 11 touchdowns, and a lot of those, were from the 1, 2, 3 yard line, and he was able to get in there. So I think we'll see, but I definitely could see them moving on from Peyton Barber just because Gibson, I feel like at least, can do a lot of what Peyton Barber does and a lot more, obviously. So we'll see. He had 258 yards this past season, 2.7 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. But again, he was pretty clutch in a few of these games, and really doesn't bring much to the passing game. Had 12 yards this past season. So next up is Jaret Patterson, one of the fan favorites, and I honestly think he does have a path to make this roster. Him, Peyton Barber, Lamar Miller, and the other guys, sorry, I forgot some of their names, Mike Warren and Jonathan Williams, and I might be missing another guy, but those guys are going to be, battling it out for that 3rd and 4th spots, but I really think it's going to come down to Peyton Barber, Jaret Patterson, and Lamar Miller. But Jaret Patterson, this past season at Buffalo, 6 games, 141 carries for 1,072 yards, 7.6 yards a carry, and 19 touchdowns. So I cannot wait to see, more of him, especially in the preseason. That's going to be fun to watch and see if he can make this roster. I think he brings that, big play ability. He can get, go on a long run for you. And I think, he has that ability. Let's say Antonio Gibson goes down for a couple games like he did last year. I think Jaret Patterson is more suited to carry that workload than Peyton Barber or even J.D. McKissick. I think J.D. McKissick is, a lock to make it, but I'm just saying I would like to see Patterson get those carries instead of someone like Barber or even Lamar Miller if Gibson does go down. And, honestly, he didn't, catch any passes this past season, but that was mostly because he was just an all-around beast at the running back position, and they just fed him the ball. They didn't really give him many pass catching opportunities, but he had some, in his sophomore year, 13 catches for 209 yards and a touchdown. And so far, I've seen a lot of clips, either from the media members or the Washington football team themselves, of Jaret Patterson catching the ball out of the backfield. So I think he has the skill set to do it. They just didn't ask him to do it much at Buffalo, so I think he's going to be able to do that for us. And he honestly can probably play special teams for us if he needs to, because those back end of the roster guys, at least their first year, especially someone like Jaret Patterson, they got to be able to play special teams, and I think he can do that as well. And I really hope he makes the roster. Only undrafted free agent, we signed this year, but I think that's for a reason. I think they really like him, and I think he has a shot to make this roster and be a contributor right away. Next guy that I think has a chance, Lamar Miller. And I do think they will keep at least one of these guys on the practice squad. And, you know, Jonathan Williams and Mike Warren, those guys are definitely practice squad candidates. I think they both were on the practice squad last year. Lamar Miller, he does have a chance to make this roster. Like, if he is fully healthy, then he will probably make it. I mean, you look at his last few years that he's fully healthy. He was a good back in the National Football League. 973 yards, 888, 1,000, and, you know, had 13 touchdowns in those years combined. So he was a good back a few years ago, just hasn't been able to stay healthy. So I don't know if that's going to be able to change, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get back to form, but could be another situation where if he does that, he could be that third running back on the team. And I think if Lamar Miller is the third on the team, they might, you know, add another guy as well. They might keep 4 running backs, but my prediction is 3 running backs this year. We will see. I'm hoping it's Gibson, Mckissick, and Patterson. Would not be surprised, though, if it's Gibson, Mckissick, Barber, and Patterson. But I do think they'll keep 3 so that they can keep, you know, maybe 7 receivers, 6 receivers. We'll see. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. Comment down below. Who do you think will make it? And how many running backs do you think will make it? Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.